The funerals continue in Uvalde, Texas, as the community searches for answers and lawmakers search for solutions. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson. Renewed efforts continue tonight in Washington, D.C. to find common ground on federal gun control legislation and gun violence prevention. A small group of lawmakers from both sides of the aisle met to discuss several topics, including background checks, red flag laws, safe gun storage, and school security. There's also a gun legislation package that would raise the age for buying a type of semi-automatic rifle from 18 to 21. It would likely pass the Democratic-led House, but it's unlikely to get the 60 votes needed in the Senate, where Republican leaders don't agree that guns are to blame for the rise in these mass shootings.
I can't guarantee you that there will be a compromise, but I think we will know one way or the other, by next week.
The problem, which is mental illness and school safety.
Well, President Biden says it's time for Congress to act to address the country's epidemic of gun violence, but says he's also looking at what actions he can take on his own. And tonight in Uvalde, the community isn't just struggling with grief. There's also enormous frustration over the lack of clear answers as to exactly what happened that day. The school police chief is contradicting state law enforcement claims that he has stopped cooperating with the investigation. The Texas governor sent a letter Wednesday requesting special legislative committees to examine school safety, firearm safety, police training, and other issues. Visitations were held this afternoon for 4 of the children killed when a gunman opened fire in that classroom last week. Well, we're a few days into what traffic experts call the 100 deadliest days, the most dangerous time of the year for young drivers. Shamir Owens is here for you now to tell us exactly what that is and give us a look at what's being done to try to keep teens safe. Shamir.
Lauren, according to AAA, each year an average total of 69 people are killed in teen driver-related crashes, and more than 30% of those crashes happen during the 100 deadliest days.
It's the time between Memorial Day and Labor Day where more teens die in traffic accidents.
We're encouraging them to buckle their seatbelts, to not be distracted, put down their devices.
Michelle Anderson is a director at the National Road Safety Foundation. The foundation has teamed up with Students Against Destructive Decisions to help keep young drivers safe. The groups are working to launch a national social media campaign.
It's called The Safest Summer Ever. We will have a tip. We will have a student that's speaking out. We're doing all that we can to raise awareness about the dangers that are on the road.
Matt Jans is a certified driving instructor at Central Driving School in Okemos. He says that recently he's seen a change in students.
We've noticed more in the last, I'll say 2 to 3 years, students are just not engaged at all as much as they even used to.
According to AAA, new teen drivers are already 3 times more likely to be involved in a deadly crash than adults. This likelihood paired with distracted driving only makes matters worse. 19-year-old Robert Jans has been driving for 4 years and says new drivers need to stay vigilant.
I feel like a lot of young drivers, as soon as they start, they're excited to drive, they're excited to have that freedom, but it's still important to pay attention to what you're doing. Remember what you were taught in driver's ed.
Jan says he's working hard to stay safe while driving.
I keep my phone in the cup holder, or I keep it on a stand so I'm not looking away at it all the time. And Bluetooth's been helpful, obviously.
Robert Jans wants parents to do their part in order to help keep their teens safe on the road.
Parents need to model for the students what they need to do, how they need to, just think of how their sons or daughters or whoever they're caring for is going to be careful on the road, because it starts with them.
If you'd like to learn more about the Safest Summer Ever social media campaign, head over to Scene on 6 at WLNS.com. Lauren?
Thank you, Shamir. Now to a developing story in the race for governor. Today, a court decision came down that will keep a Republican candidate off of the August 2nd ballot. Perry Johnson, a wealthy businessman who at one time was considered to be a leading candidate for the Republican nomination, has lost a bid to get on the ballot in the August primary. Election officials with the Board of Canvassers found fraudulent signatures on his petition and refused his application. Today, the Michigan Appeals Court denied a request to overrule that decision, leaving Johnson off the ballot. His case now appears headed to the Michigan Supreme Court. 3 other candidates, including former Detroit Police Chief James Craig, who was also barred from the ballot, are still waiting to hear from the court. Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic will have much more on this developing story for you tonight on 6 News at 6. Well, payday loans, they're a fast way to get cash, but the interest rates are so high, most people can never get out of debt. Luke Snyder is here for you now to show us how one group is working to change that.
More than 370%. That's the typical interest rate in Michigan right now for payday loans or short-term loans. It's something one group wants to change.
We've modeled our campaign off of several other states that have recently approved payday lending reform. And we're proposing to cap interest rates at no higher than 36%.
That's about the same as a high-interest credit card. The group says current rates are hurting struggling families. A recent study from the Center for Responsible Lending shows the average person who takes out a payday loan will need to take out 10 more loans, one after the other, just to keep up.
They'll immediately pay one off and then not have enough money to cover the rest of their bills, and so it becomes this endless cycle of debt.
More than 400,000 signatures were officially scanned and delivered for review, all to get it on the November ballot. Advocates say it shows Michiganders support the change.
We believe that reflects what we already knew to be the heart of citizens around this state, that they want to see consumer protections within this industry, and we believe that we're taking a huge step towards making that happen today.
When you break the cycle of debt, people are able to better provide for their families. They have less of their income going just to pay off high interest debt.
Once the petition signatures are validated by the Board of State Canvassers, the legislator will have 40 days to approve the initiative. Here for you in Lansing, Luke Snyder, 6 News.
The Mackinac Policy Conference is in full swing tonight, and today Governor Whitmer welcomed U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg to the island. There are several topics being discussed during the 3-day event. One of those is gas prices. The governor says she's still thinking about whether or not to sign a pause to the state's gas tax. The Senate overwhelmingly approved the idea, which adds up to about 50 cents a gallon.
Well, I'm willing to negotiate with the legislature. I think we've got to be smart and make sure that we're actually giving people relief now. We've got resources for the first time in a long time. We've managed well through this crisis. We've gotten assistance from the federal government. We have an opportunity to make an investment right now with one-time resources in some help relief right now.
The House still needs to pass the package of bills before it lands on the governor's desk. Well, it's June 1st, and this month, courts across the state will mark June 19th as an official holiday. And that's the date of Juneteenth, and today, the Michigan Supreme Court made it a court holiday. This follows a federal move to make Juneteenth a legal holiday. Juneteenth celebrates the end of slavery in the U.S. This year, since the 19th is on a Sunday, courts will be closed on Monday, June 20th.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We're still going to be in a fairly active weather pattern over the next week or so. But we're going to get some nice weather sandwiched in between some of the wet weather. Here's a look at the 5-day rainfall outlook. In some parts of the state could see over an inch of precipitation. Here in mid-Michigan, half an inch to an inch seems to be in order. As you look at it day by day, however, Thursday and Friday look pretty good. There could be a very early morning shower on Thursday, but really not much out there. Saturday, mainly showers to our north. Sunday, things start to get wet, and into Monday, at least Monday morning, before things begin to clear out once again. So we check out the satellite and radar after some morning showers and isolated storms. Just a few lingering showers are going to affect portions of Jackson County, and then sliding further east as this precipitation finally begins to move out. The cold fronts move through. You can definitely feel the difference out there this afternoon. Tomorrow morning by around 3 a.m., clouds to our west. Those will filter into the area, and there it is. Just an increase in cloud cover, and there may be an isolated shower early in the morning. Then we'll break back into sunshine during the afternoon. A nice looking Thursday afternoon. Thursday night into Friday, no major systems out there for us, so we'll continue with fairly nice weather as high pressure continues to build into the region. That'll keep keep things quiet through Saturday before that will slip to the east, and we'll see a return to some rainy weather, looks like by Sunday. Our temperatures this afternoon, 74 in Owasso, Howell 75 degrees, 78, one of the warm numbers in Lansing, Marshall at 73 degrees. Our dew points have fallen quite a bit. Now we've got those readings below that 60-degree mark for most of us, so that's why it's starting to feel a lot more comfortable outside. Dew points are still in the 60s to the southeast, but we'll see a reduction in the humidity levels all across the region tonight. On the St. John's cam, current temperature 76, high today 80 degrees, 0.04 of an inch of rainfall, so not much out there last night. WLNS cam, we've got a mix of clouds and sunshine, temperatures at 76 degrees, only 1/100th of an inch, but you slide just a little further west into Grand Ledge, we had a pretty good downpour earlier today. Picked up 0.12 of an inch of rainfall. Current temperatures at 75 degrees after a high of 77. Jackson, we've got mostly cloudy skies with a few rain showers still on the way this evening. 73 is the current temperature. 0.04 of an inch of rain today. In Hillsdale, 77 is the current temperature, and 0.2 of an inch of rain last night and this morning. Tonight's forecast, 53 the overnight low with partly cloudy skies, and again just a slight chance of a shower late tonight or early tomorrow morning. As we move through the day, temperatures climb back into the upper 60s and low 70s. A cooler day, humidity's low, so it's really going to be nice tomorrow afternoon. The 6-day forecast on Friday, 70, same thing on Saturday. Then we start to warm things up, 70s for Sunday and Monday with a few rain showers. Tuesday looks dry. We kind of split this system up just a little bit, so maybe a few showers on Thursday before things resume with the nice weather for next weekend.
It is nice. And you know, I'm going to a 70th birthday party on Saturday, so you know, 70, 70, 70.
Are you going to dress like you're in the 70s?
No, I am not going to, but I'm going to celebrate a great guy who's turning 70.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, so thanks for the weather. Well, still ahead tonight, road construction season is in full swing, and orange barrels are lining streets and closing down roads all across one local township. We'll tell you where you can expect a slow go around town this summer when 6 News at 5 comes right back.